Hello, Jim Hodges here, Lucy here. Lucy is a 7-month-old Labradoodle that came in for our residency training program. She's a really good girl. Her obedience is coming along real well. The big reason she came was for her behaviors, jumping, counter surfing, little things like that. The beautiful thing about obedience is in the way I believe in training is we establish ourselves as the leader. Obedience allows us to communicate in that instant in time what we like and what we don't like. Once we do that with repetition, she starts to understand, we praise. Okay, if she doesn't do something right, we provide a consequence. The consequence is involving touch, but it's never designed to intimidate, dominate, break her spirit, or hurt her, okay? It's only designed to communicate. Then as we move forward, we praise when she ignores the bad behavior she normally does, or we consequence it in a moment. It's our responsibility to catch it. If she does it when our back's turned, we need to become smarter, okay? The other thing with Lucy that we notice, and the owner I know very well, we have talked a lot, Lucy tends to be a little shy and timid of things. I tell people all the time that some of that, we have to socialize. It's really important to socialize when our puppies are small to all things. I believe they did that with her. Just like with some humans, dogs have complex temperaments and personalities. And one of hers is being uncertain, afraid of things. We have worked real hard to try to help her overcome it. It hasn't come easy. But what we have seen is with repetition, with leadership, meaning she has to do it, she is starting to gradually grow confidence. Yes, there's going to be things all her life that she's going to be afraid of. We have to take note of those things and try to work her to those things. But more importantly, we make sure we're the leader in a position that she knows that we have her back, that we're not going to allow anything to happen to her. Another thing for you people out there is if she is afraid or worried, we don't want to sit here and sympathize and empathize with her, because without realizing that we're reinforcing the feelings she's having. You know, just like Mom and Dad told us, put your big boy, big girl pants on and move on. That's what we want to do with our dog, and then praise them when they do it. Okay, so we're going to go through obedience. One of the things I talk about praise is words, touch, treat, or toy. One of her behaviors is smelling the ground. We've worked real hard with that. I'm going to allow her to lay on the ground, but if she starts to smell, I'm going to bite her in the moment so she starts to listen. She's doing real good. Good girl. I may even come in and take a little treat and give it to her. Why? Because a week and a half ago, she wouldn't have done that. She'd have been smelling all over the ground. We have the remnants of the hurricane. Hurricane Florence has come through. It's rained. There's a lot of scents in the driveway and things like that, and she's pretty much ignoring them. We want to praise that. When normally a behavior that would happen that we like or didn't like, in this case didn't like, and she ignored it, we want to praise and let her know we do appreciate her for it. So listen to what I do. I'm going to go through the obedience, and if she does something wrong, I'm going to bite her. Again, it's not designed to intimidate or dominate. After I bite her, I'm going to try to come back and praise her. I may use some treats. I pulled one out for her just then. If it makes her happy, fine, especially in situations she's a little bit worried. When we can keep her into a safe position, we want to reward her when she can handle it. All right, Lucy, you ready? Let's go. Let's go with my walking command. Atta girl. Here's my walking command. It's a loose leash. It's beside us. Very important for her, we want her beside us, okay? Because if she's behind us, we can't see when she's afraid. When we do run into something to be afraid of, we've got her right here. Say, for example, we were walking down the street and somebody was coming up. I would try to angle myself so that I was in front of her, or at least in between that person or object or what have you. And then I would stop. Let's go, baby. Sit. Good girl. Praise her. But then I would sort of show her that I'm in control. I'm not going to let anything get to her. And then hopefully over time it's going to get better and better. It's not, again, it's important. It's not going to completely go away, but we're going to be able to manage it very, very well. Let's go. So in our let's go, listen to my tone of voice. We encourage her. Come on, baby. Let's go. The girl, pet her and love her while we're doing it. It's right beside. We turn. She needs to turn with us, okay? Let's go. If she starts to get away from me, we either encourage her or we tap the leash. We have our hands right here. Good girl. We tap the leash right to our side. Let's go. Sit. That's the hand signal for sit. Good girl. Praise. It could be treat and praise, but it's just praise. Good girl. So we tell her to sit, she has to hold it. If she didn't sit just then, we would have tapped that leash straight up and told her no, sit, and then come back and praise again. Break. Good girl. Why would I come back and praise again? Even when she does something wrong, when she does get it right, we want to praise her in the moment. Not as much as if she did it right the first time, but praise her in the moment to let her know that's what we wanted. Sit. Good girl. Hold the sit. Notice the other thing I did. Break. Good girl. I broke her and stepped away. I'm trying to teach her that we're the center of the universe, okay? When I release her, I want her to come to me. She's safe with me, and I want her to always feel she can come to me. That's what I want you owners to do. You ready, sweetheart? Down. Hand signal from the side, down. Good girl. We tell her to down. If she didn't down, say this is her head. We go, no, down, little tap. We're not here to intimidate, dominate. Down, good girl. And now she has to hold it, just like in the sit. When we tell her to sit, sit means sit. We don't say sit, sit, sit. Just in this case, we don't tell her down, down, down. She's getting ready to sit there. She's listening to me. We tell her down once. If she doesn't do it, it's no down. Okay, sit. Ah, girl, good girl, let's go. So that one's down from the side, okay? When we tell her to sit her down, down, down from in front. Atta girl. Good girl. Hand signal for down from the front. The other thing, I'm very proud of her, she's not smelling the ground. If she did, it would be a little no, down, and tap the leash to tell her she can't do it. Good. Let's go. So I can go from one command to the other if I like. It doesn't matter what order. In fact, it's probably good to change the order from time to time so she doesn't mail it in and start learning by patterns. We want to keep her guessing, so we keep her focused on us. Let's go. Next command will be the PLACE command. Okay, baby, place. Place, good girl. Atta girl. When she places, she can lay down, sit down, stand up. I don't care what she does on her bed as long as she stays there. I don't care what she does behaviorally as long as it's good, not chewing on the bed or anything like that. She can do this for hours at a time. In fact, we can get up and walk out of the room and spend 5-10 minutes away and come back, and she's on her bed. She didn't do that in the beginning, okay? If she was to get off that bed, we would have her on a leash to begin with. We would pick up the leash and we'd go tap her back like in the let's go. No, no, no. Place. Then good girl. Not great girl, but good girl, okay? Let's go. Come on, baby. Good. You're doing really well, sweetheart. Sit. Break. Down. Good. Let's go. Next thing is the load up. Load up, baby. Good girl. Break. She really did not like loading up the first time. But now it sort of helps. Obedience does another thing for these dogs that aren't confident. It gives them more confidence because they're obeying you, they're getting praise from you, and they're seeing that they can do things they probably had never even thought about doing before. Okay? Let's go. So the load up command is pointing at it just like with the place, telling her to load up. It's great to get in the car. It can even be designed to get on furniture if you allow her on furniture. But if I tell her she's on the furniture and I tell her to place, when it's time to get off, I tell her to break. I don't tell her to get down because she hears that word down and thinks she might be supposed to lay down. Let's go. Sit. Good. The other command is the COME command. When we ask her to come, we want her to come to us and sit in front of us. Notice with the break command, when I broke her, she would come to me. We do a lot of things to encourage our dog to come to us, and we always praise it. We never provide a consequence for come unless it's on leash. I'm going to sort of sneak out a treat for her. If she comes to me the way I want her to, I'm going to give her the hand command. I'm going to expect her to come up to me and sit. This is on leash. We have to practice on leash before we can do it off leash, okay? So I try to vary things. Good girl. Come. Hand signal is come. Atta girl. Notice she sat. Notice she's still sitting. Break. And then I broke her. Break means to get up. You can't pull on me on the leash, but you don't have to do that command anymore. So my hand signal was like this. She came to me and sat, all right? If she did not come to me, I would have tapped that leash right towards me. If she came to me, but came to me at an angle, I would again tap the leash towards me. If she came to me and did not sit, I would tap the leash and tell her no to sit. Good girl. Atta girl. And that's how I handle the come command. Now, off leash is real important. Right. I want to make sure she's loose, but off leash, what we want to start doing is to get her to be willing to come to us out in the yard or in another room in the house. It's just to get her attention, okay? And when you get her attention, we're not going to tell her to COME right off, because if she doesn't come, she learns she doesn't have to listen. We want to get her commitment ahead of time. Get her so she's excited about us and wants to come, okay? So here we go. Hey, baby, walk out here. Come on, right, come. Not the most excited thing in the world. Good girl, right. But she did it. I'm sure with the children in the family, Mom, she might be very happy to do it, okay? But we are getting it. You notice whenever I was releasing her and talking to her, she was starting to come. This is a dog that if I walked down the opposite end of the driveway and Rachel had her working her, she would be afraid to begin with, okay? She'd get very afraid of the same things happening over and over. Again, repetition is the key. Good girl. She's not in a command, she can lay down. Why did I tell her good girl? I wanted her to know that she could lay down, okay? That it was okay by me. The last command is the heel command. The heel command is when we have her right beside us. I tell people it's like a little box beside us. We ask her to heel. She is to walk right beside us in the box. When we stop, she sits. She holds that sit until we release her, okay? It's great when you're in real heavy traffic around other people. Giving her the heel teaches her to be right close by you. Other than that, I don't really use it that much. We use it in competitions. We use it to show off in demo dogs and things like that. But the biggest need for me is when there's a lot of traffic and you want your dog to focus. Because when we're just let's go, if we're walking around in the neighborhood and things like that, you know, dogs sort of go into laid back mode. But in heel, that means they've got to concentrate, because when we stop, they have to sit. So I'm going to get her attention. Good girl. Heel. Hand signal straight out for the heel. I stop. She sits. Good girl. And she holds it. Now, if she didn't sit, I would have tapped up and told her no sit. If she didn't stay beside me, I'd have tapped her beside me into the box, okay? Other than that, heel. She's got to react to me. She can't read my mind, so when I step away, she's got to react, come back to the side of the box, stop, sit, good girl. Break. Atta girl, good girl. I'm proud of you. So, long story short, obedience, repetition in obedience is going to help her grow emotionally and mentally, okay? Really good girl. When you get around some strangers, she's going to have, or strange items, because it's not just relegated to people, it's to different things. When she sees it, you're going to have to realize it. You're going to stop. You're not going to allow her to freak out. You're going to pause. You're going to take your time, and you're going to try to introduce her. But what will happen is say it's 5 feet in front of me, she wanted nothing to do with that thing 5 feet in front of me, which will probably happen. But I would tell her, sit. Good girl, praise her, and let her hold it. And then when I saw she was comfortable, I might say, break, and take a little step closer. And if I can keep moving closer and closer to it, fine. If not, I'll go to the point of the last success, and then maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, come back to it if I can. Repetition. I tell people all the time, I used to coach Little League and travel ball. Practice doesn't make perfect, perfect practice. So we need that makes perfect. So we have to work on it. You know, if you need me, call me, 336-945-3232. I'm here for you whenever you need me. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.